Hey there, we're going to walk through this dynamic free shipping banner template. You're going to click on Use Template, and that's automatically going to add this workflow to your Justuno account. And this workflow is where you will have the enrollment trigger, which actually determines exactly who gets to see these banners. We've got an if-then branch we'll check out, and then we have the designs as well. So for the enrollment trigger, we have this targeting all visitors, and they must have at least one item in their cart. So targeting someone that's showing a little bit more intent. And this is only going to fire once per page load. So this will fire on each page they travel until they use the close button to close out of this. Next up, we have our if-then branches. This is where you can update the quantity that you have here for the value of 50. We have up to 50 as an example, and then 50 plus as our second branch. Let's say we wanted to update this condition. To update this number, we can do so here just by simply typing. We'll apply that condition, and then whenever you hover over this text at the top, that's where you can update the name. We'll go ahead and save that. You can click into the other branch and do the same thing. You can save any changes you make to that if-then branch. Next, let's hop into the design aspect of this. We'll get into the very first banner that's going to show how far away they are to getting whatever it is that you're offering. So in this case, we have free shipping. If you want to update the text here, you're simply going to double click into the text layer. You're able to add or delete anything. To change the number here for the "you are $50 away," this is a bit of a formula that we need to change. So all you're going to do is click into 50 here. On the right-hand side, we'll get into the settings of this personalization token. And this is where we're using a variable source to do this calculation for us. So we have a threshold of 50, right? That's letting us deliver this offer. So we're doing 50 minus the subtotal of what someone has in their cart. You can update this variable source to be whatever it is that you would like. In this case, we do want to use cart information to determine what we're going to serve up in the formula. So as an example, let's say their subtotal is $25 so far. This is going to take 50 minus that 25, and then the banner will serve up $25. So you are $25 away from free shipping. You can also update this little Santa. This is just an emoji that you can add in, or you can use an icon if you would like. You would get into the icons by going over to this element area. We are going to scroll down here. You'll see icon. We'll add that in. And then on the right-hand side is where you'll be able to pick any kind of icon you would like, as well as change the colors. And you can change the color of that by hopping over here to the settings area. We're going to get into the typography here to update the color and any sizing. And let's just say we want to update that to a pink color, just an example. We would do that like so. All right, let's say I'm just not pleased with that. I'll go ahead and delete that for now. If we wanted to update the background color, you'll simply click into that canvas in the background. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see background color, and you can update that red to be any color that fits with your brand or just be something that's a different holiday vibe. Lastly here, we do have the close button, and I just want to point out that that close button will close the design. There are no additional actions that they will need to take. Finally, on the left-hand side here, we have the different viewports of how this banner will show up for people visiting on different devices. So this is where you can make any updates you'd like to the banner and how it shows in desktop versus mobile. As an example to this responsiveness that we have in the design studio, I want to show you how if I update the text here, and I'm just going to update the size on this mobile one, just make that a little bit smaller, for example, you will not see that reflected on the desktop view. And that is on purpose. We do typically want to have a different design or layout for desktop versus mobile, just due to that limited space that we have. So once you're happy here, on the right-hand side here, we can go ahead and publish the design. This is ready to review. We'll use this back button to get back into the workflow builder. We can hop into our second design here to edit, and you'll make similar updates here, whether it's text or color. We can also, on this right-hand side under settings, we can change the canvas position. And that just means where this banner shows up on the screen. So right now we have it at the top. Let's say just due to other information you have at the top or on your navigation area, this maybe makes more sense at the bottom. So that's something you can play around with. We can publish that update. We'll go back into our workflow builder. So now we have our workflow set. We have our first banner that's going to get someone into reaching and surpassing that threshold. And then we have our congrats banner that's going to let them know they've actually received that offer. If at any point you want to add more banners in here, you definitely can. All you're going to do is add additional branches here. And for now, I'll just add in a make-believe one. Subtotal here. So this will be a new branch. You can see how it will add it in. And then you would simply add in another design. And that can be a duplication of a banner that you have that's designed and just them reaching another threshold. Alrighty, once we have the workflow set up as we would like, we'll go ahead and go to the top right-hand side. And this is where you can save, preview, view version history, and publish. We can go ahead and preview this, which will open up a new tab. And this is what allows you to engage with various elements of the workflow, all the way from seeing the triggers to actually seeing the banner, and again, the different viewports you have. Alrighty, we're gonna hop back into the workflow builder. From here on the right-hand side, we can go ahead and publish this design. We'll be asked one last time if we're ready to go live. Whenever you click go live, these banners will now be able to fire on your website for anyone that falls into those if-then branches.